Welcome back to another episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, we're going to talk about sleep apnea. Ooh, fun stuff.
What a snore.
Oh, that was so bad.
I know.
Oh, but before we begin, what is going on? What's the haps?
This is actually turning into an incredibly exciting and busy month for me this January. As we talked about on our last episode, we talked about New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
So I hit the ground running technically yesterday based on when you watch this podcast or listen to this podcast, but I hit the ground running on my walking this coming Tuesday.
Got that walking schedule. I'm going to try and do the same schedule as you.
That's excellent.
We're going to try and do the same thing.
Oh, I'm glad. Oh, that's good to hear, Isaiah. I love it. Love it. I'm excited about it. I've marked out like when I'm going to walk immediately after work every day.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I've got a plan. Plan is half the battle, right?
That is
making the time. And so I figure if I do it at 5 p.m., it's inclement weather. I'll do it right in the pedway system.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And the first walk's only 10 minutes. So I'll walk 5 minutes one way, then turn around.
Perfect.
So can't fail.
Sure. For now, listen, we are starting off fresh. Can't fail yet.
Can't fail. No, we can't fail. It's a foolproof plan.
That's exactly it.
And I ordered groceries that I'll pick up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And this, as of this coming out, this Friday, you will be performing at the BMO.
I am. A sold out show opening for James Mollinger.
Ooh, sold out? Damn.
There might be a ticket.
Oh, I might have to go look quick.
Yeah, let's pause. No shit. Opening for James Mollinger at the BMO Studio Theater. I'm opening for Michelle Petit at Punchlines later in the month on January 24th. I'm going to Moncton to perform on January another day, the Thursday, the 20th, I think. I don't know. The dates are all confused. No, that's the 22nd.
23rd is a Thursday.
Yeah, the 23rd. That's the day I'm in Moncton. And then there's the roast of Michelle Lynn Petit on Monday, the 20th.
That's at
Wasted Day. Yeah. So much performing. And plus I'm working on an article that I'm writing about the Dooryard Arts Festival for the Maritime Edit magazine, which is due at the end of February. Ooh. So gotta get crack-a-lacking on that.
Gotta get punching on that one.
But I kind of know where it's gonna go. And yeah, what about you? What's new?
Let's see. As of recording, I will have a new job interview today. When this comes out, hopefully that went well.
I know that it will. You could charm anyone.
This is true. The key is to get in the door.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been an interesting start to the New Year's. Some family stuff happened. So we've been, little setbacks here and there, but we're getting through it. It's only the second week of January, so we've got lots of time to come through.
Yeah. How's everybody coping?
The best they possibly can, keeping busy, doing stuff they need to do to get through it all, I guess.
Yeah.
But I also, to take us into the topic, I also got yelled at by my wife for a good reason. I snore a lot. I am a huge snorer, like a bear. And so finally she was like, you need to go get tested. So I have started my journey of getting tested for sleep apnea. So that's fun. So recording today, we were recording this. I had to go get blood work done to start that process. So, I will know some more information about myself. I've never actually had blood work done before.
You've never had blood work done?
No, never.
So what happened when you were there?
So I don't do well with needles, even though I have tattoos. I passed out. I got there. I walk in. And the lady had to test both arms because she was trying to find my veins, and she was having a really hard time. So she had to call in the pro. So the pro did my blood. But beforehand, I had told them, hey, I don't do well with needles. And they're like, okay. And they lean me back in the chair. They're like, all right, let's lean you back in this chair. And they put like an ice pack on my chest, because apparently that's a trick to kind of keep yourself cool or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, then they took my blood and they were like, "Oh, all done." And I looked at the lady and went, "It's coming on."
Oh no!
Because I knew, if you've never passed out or faded before, normally for at least for me, what happens is you sweat. First thing, I can feel the sweat in my head, and then from there, I can feel my body just start to go fuzzy, and everything just kind of starts to fuzz, and that's when I know I'm about to pass out. So I looked at her and went, "It's gonna happen." And the next thing I knew, I'm waking up, and she was like, "You knew exactly when it was gonna happen."
I've never passed out before.
No, I've passed out a few times. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know that you can kind of feel it coming. It's kind of like that when you're going to be sick. You can feel
same idea. Yeah. You just kind of, it's because at least for me, my blood pressure drops.
Okay.
And I can feel my blood pressure drop.
Ooh.
And it's just like this tingly all over. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it happens. I
mean, there are worse places to be than in the hospital.
There are much worse places to pass out than in the hospital. Yes. So I got a nice little glass of orange juice. It's great.
You'll do anything for a glass of juice.
This is true. Do anything. And yeah, my dad drove me there and drove me home. So thank goodness I didn't have to catch a bus or anything.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did he hold your hand?
No, obviously not. He was in the other room, and then he made fun of me a little bit when I walked out, because that's what dads do.
Yeah, sure. I mean, podcast co-host as well, but I'm holding it in.
But yeah, so I'm working on my journey for sleep apnea. So now after these test results come back, then I get to go for a sleep test.
Yeah. So I will share with everyone, I may have in the past that I've been previously diagnosed with sleep apnea, which is, it was one of those things where I had guessed for a while, and I had actually done a sleep test probably 15 years ago, and it came back fine. Okay. And then a few years later, it was a Christmas time, and my mom and my dad and I were all at my sister's house when she was living in Woodstock, and mom and dad slept in the spare bedroom, and I slept on the couch, which was just outside the spare bedroom. And mom in the morning said, "You need to get a sleep test right now. You stop breathing lot."
Oh no.
And so I was like, "Well, I've been tested before, Mom. It's no problem." Yeah. And she was like, "No, you need to get tested," because my dad also has sleep apnea and has also got a CPAP. So this was, I'm going to say, 2.5 years ago that I went through the testing. And the testing is weird because they just send you home with a machine. They send you to the clinic or whatever, and you've got to hook a thing to your finger and a thing to your chest and a thing here. It makes for really comfortable sleeping.
Oh, perfect.
Because you're going to get your best sleep when you're attached to machines.
Yeah.
And then they monitor them from the store wherever you get them. Yep. And it's pretty cool. And so if I remember correctly, and any medical professionals, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you are positive for sleep apnea if you stop breathing more than 10 times over the course of an evening.
Oh, I'm gonna pass with flying colors.
Yeah, it was 57 for me.
I'm gonna totally pass with flying colors. Passing is when you have it, right?
That's passing. Yep, it's better than passing out though.
I think we should have talked about what sleep apnea kind of is.
Oh yeah, maybe for those who don't know.
Yeah.
It's when you stop breathing periodically through the night. So it can lead to things like strokes.
Yes. Death is a big part of it.
Factor. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of times it's caused by overweight, but that's not just
it's not the only thing.
And then it's typically there's a lot of snoring involved. That's typically a sign. And then of course you stop breathing throughout the night. And some symptoms are you drowsy throughout the day. Sometimes have trouble concentrating. Things like that are definitely big signs of it. So I have been in denial for a very long time. I know that I
understand that.
So I have to go. I had to go get it done. So it'll be interesting. I'm really interested to see what my A1C is.
So have you checked? Do you have the app?
I have the app. Yes.
Well, you can check right now.
Oh, it's going to take a couple weeks for the
blood work. No, you could. It's probably there now.
Oh, I was told it would take like 5 days
for your doctor to maybe get it.
Oh,
You should.
maybe.
It should. They may take a day or two, but it's usually there the same day.
Listen, it was 3:30 on a Friday. Ain't no one testing my blood until Monday.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what my A1C is.
Maybe explain what A1C is.
So your A1C is your blood sugar, basically. It's your blood sugar over a specific period of time. I can't remember.
3 months.
Is it 3 month time?
Yeah.
So they can see in your blood, basically based off of that, off of what your numbers are through your blood, how high your blood sugar is or how low your blood sugar is. And it's a sign of diabetes. You can kind of tell based on that if you potentially have diabetes of some sort.
Yeah, I think you're diagnosed with diabetes if it's over 6.5 or 7 or something.
So my blood is pure sugar.
Okay.
It's just pure syrup.
Well, that explains why you're good at job interviews.
This is exactly it.
No, I got the old CPAP. So CPAP is how they treat sleep apnea, and basically it forces it forces you to keep breathing through the night, and that's done with a fun face mask, and it's usually pretty unobtrusive for most people. It just goes into your nose, and the people on the other side of it monitor how it works for you, and they can adjust the amount of air that goes in and all kinds of fun stuff. Now, I have never once in the last 2.5 years slept with it entirely through the night. A funny thing to say, but I feel like I'm a mouth breather.
I am 100%.
And it's a nose thing. And I feel like I don't have big enough nostrils.
So you can get the ones that like go over your whole face.
I know. I just am not, I'm not ready. I can't.
You're not ready for that?
I'm going to try this. I need to give this the old college try another time before I go down that route.
No, 100%.
And so that's another part of my like taking care of myself and all of this other stuff in the New Year's, forcing myself to make the CPAP work and not giving up ever.
One of my favorite shows of all time, The League. It's about fantasy football, but there's an episode where they go on vacation, and to get his own bed, one person brings a CPAP machine, and so he can have his own bed. And in the night, the stoner dude comes in, and he's like, "Oh, cool sleep bong." He puts it on, and yeah.
It's an interesting little apparatus because they try to make it as unobtrusive as possible. I think there was a time where they were quite loud and really annoying, and they're really not so bad anymore. Although it's kind of weird when it flies off your face and it's like,
that's it's interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing the information, especially my blood work. I really am looking forward to seeing my blood work. The one thing I should have asked for them to check off was I want to see my testosterone for no other reason than to just see it.
Can they do that with blood work?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, it's a thing you can test with.
I didn't.
Yes, it is a thing you can test with blood. It's
okay.
It's how they test. It's how they test for cheaters in the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
They don't do other things to make. You can.
I'm really smart.
You can see how much like estrogen is in your blood and how much testosterone is in your blood and stuff. That would be cool stuff to see too. But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff they've checked off. I'm gonna see some platelet stuff.
Yeah.
Some my glucose levels, all that fun stuff. So.
Yeah. So was it a fasting or non-fasting?
Non-fasting. Yeah. Non-fasting, which was nice. But I still passed out because I am a chicken.
And it was after they were done.
Yes. No, every time I've ever passed out from needles, it's after the fact. Always.
That's so interesting.
Always after the fact. Because my body goes, oh, something happened.
Yeah, you poked me. I'm going to lay down and play dead now.
And the weirdest thing is, like, I have tattoos. I've had the experience of feeling like I'm going to pass out once from a tattoo.
It's different. They didn't take anything from you with the tattoo. They just added stuff.
But I've passed out from getting needles from like the COVID shot once. and from flu shots and things like that. My H1N1 shot, I passed out on for sure. I remember Wake had that at university and passed out on the blue mat.
You really like, I wonder, have you ever looked into like ways to not do that?
No.
I wonder what Googling that would do.
The craziest part is I have no problem with other people's blood, no problem with all that other stuff when it comes, but if it's mine, it's completely different.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't like, so my sister is a lab tech and my mom did the lab assistant course. And so they used to practice on me.
Oh God. I've just passed out everywhere.
I know. And I'll never forget, there's this one Christmas time. I may have even told this story on the podcast before, I can't remember. But there was a Christmas time that I was home from Woodstock and mom was in the middle of school and Kelsey had already finished. And mom was like, Kate, I really need to practice. And I was like, no. She's like, come on, I need to practice. I was like, no, that's no, or not, no. And she was like, no, please. Finally, I relented because, you know, and so I put my arm out on the counter and she tied me off and the whole thing. And she's like kind of very gingerly like, oh, is it here? Is it here? And my sister, who was already an experienced tech, walks by and goes, what? It's right here, mom. And she actually just stabbed me with a needle right in the arm.
Awesome.
And I was like, ow.
Thanks.
Thank you. But sure enough, she hit the vein. And yeah, so that's Christmas time at our house, like 4 or 15 years ago.
I'd have great naps.
Yeah. How can we get rid of Isaiah for a little bit?
Perfect. Listen, I just feed me a little bit and I'll go pass out.
Yeah. It was actually great when she doesn't do this anymore. And I don't know if she's allowed to, but when Kelsey and I both lived in Woodstock, I used to get her to bring the needles home for me. So I never had to go into the hospital. Perfect. And she would just do it at home, bring it in for me, get it all checked. It's like, this is great.
Perfect.
Love this service.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing what the information I get back. I have to wait. I'm waiting now on the call in to go to get the sleep test stuff. And then
yeah. So I think from there your doctor writes you a prescription or something, or I think you have to call the clinic yourself. I mean, they'll tell you. And I think there's a couple of clinics around here. I went to the one on Rossay Avenue and they're really nice in there. My dad went to the other one. They're also very nice in there. And I forget what they're called, but you go into one of them and they set you up and it's all friendly and
yeah. So I actually went through Maple to get this all set up.
Okay, cool.
So I had to sit on the phone for like 3 hours waiting for Maple, but that was whatever. It was all via chat. I had to send some pictures of like, I had to measure my neck and my chest and had to send them pictures of that stuff. And my blood pressure, we have a blood pressure cuff here.
Yeah.
So I had to I took my blood pressure and sent it to them. And
how was that?
Oh, it's fine. My blood pressure is not too bad, actually. It's like, I was really high the first time because I had like run around looking for like
yeah.
the measuring tape and things like that. But based on what I had, I was like maybe a little high. I was like 137 over something. I don't remember.
It's within the normal range or whatever.
Yeah.
High normal.
Yeah. So that's good stuff there. So yeah, now they've sent off the request for the sleep test stuff already.
Yeah.
And then they also said the sleep test people are going to want your lab work. So they were like, we'll send you there right away instead of having to do that work around. Yeah.
That's cool. No, I'm proud of you for taking those steps because we talked a few months ago about different things and about, I think I started gently encouraging you to get some, go see a doctor.
Sure did.
You know, I always resist as well, but sometimes it's better to know what you're dealing with, even if there is a problem.
100%. We are at that point where I think it's time to figure out and get things sorted out. You know, I have the time. I guess I have the time to do the tests. I'm not really working right now, so
right.
I have the time to do the tests and things. But
yeah.
So yeah, we'll figure it out and we'll see how it works. Hopefully, next time we record, I'll have some test results and we can maybe talk through those. Maybe
I guarantee they're on your phone right now.
Oh, well, we'll have to check after this. But I think it's the new year's 2025. I think it's time for me to start looking into some extra stuff to take care of myself. That's
it's important.
Yeah,
you can't trade it back.
This is true. Heading into my 37-year-oldness of myself.
37. You're gonna be 37 in July, right? This
is correct.
37. I'm gonna be 42 in March.
Ooh.
42. It seems like an age that my parents are.
That means we've been doing this for 2 years. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing my results. So we'll see what happens. We'll probably talk about it next time.
Yeah. Well, my goodness, anything that you want to add?
I think, I'm going to put it out there to everyone else. It's 2025. Go get yourself tested. Especially if you're like snoring a lot and you're drowsy through the day, go get yourself tested. See if maybe you have sleep apnea, or if you're just not feeling right, don't put off things that you think you should get tested, and
don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because I spent a lot of last year being afraid of what results could be, and in many cases I got the results I didn't want.
But it's better to know and be able to treat it than not know and go crazy unaware
or worried, because worry also contributes to issues, and we'll take it one step at a time, and next time we'll have a report on our walking progress. Yes. I think I just snorted into the microphone.
A little snort there at the end there.
At least it didn't pass out.
But yeah, let's wrap it on up. So what do you have? Anything? So you have the 10th, you have the thing with James Mollinger. You said the 20th is the roast.
Yeah.
And then the 23rd is
24th. 23rd is Moncton. 24th is Punchlines, opening from Charlene Petit.
Gosh, you're busy.
I also have two. I have a choir concert. I forget where it is on the 16th. It's like at the Alzheimer's Cafe. That might be in February. I don't know. I don't know.
Where can people find you on the internet?
I was thinking actually about relaunching my TikTok at Fat Caitlin. I haven't done that yet.
Maybe for your comedy stuff.
Well, I was more thinking about the walking progress.
Oh, the walking progress. All right, cool.
I mean, I may be funny when I do it, but who's to say? I mean, why start now? Yeah. What about you?
I have two social medias to plug now. My at Maritime Brews for my political and my beer stuff, and then Tweak the Profit for my gaming stuff, and then I'm over there at Twitch. I stream basically Monday to Friday, 11 Atlantic to like 2 or 3 Atlantic, depending.
That'll stop soon.
Well, that'll stop soon. Well, I won't stop streaming. I'll just have to change my time if I get a job soon. But that's me. Outside of that, we do have our Facebook. You can come over to Kate and Isaiah Living Large on Facebook. We have our Buy Me a Coffee still going. Gonna work on getting that nice camera hopefully soon. And then, of course, if you are listening on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to your podcast, if you can like, share, comment, subscribe there. Or you can hop on over and see our videos on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It goes a long way. And we appreciate you all listening week after week. And until next week, bye.